Obviously, after yesterday price analysis video on Bitcoin, I was talking about market moving all the way to the upside if the ceasefire between Israel and Iran is reached. And that ceasefire was reached and confirmed by Iran and Israel. And market moved all the way to the upside. And this movement is very, very important. So now, will this market break out on this level of important resistance? Because if we do, right here, market is going to have aggressive pump all the way to the upside. And that is what I'll be discussing in detail in this very video. And if you look at Ethereum right here, market is going to move all the way to the upside for sure, in my opinion. 80-90% market is going to move all the way to the upside. I'll be sharing with you the detail as well in this very video. And look at Pi right here. Yesterday, if you watch that very video, I talk about the fact that Pi is going to pump all the way to the upside, and exact same thing, market pump all the way to this very point. And right now, if we see this very breakout that is ongoing right now on price action, I am expecting the market to scale up all the way to this very area. I'll be sharing the detail in this very video, so watch this video all the way to the very end. The first thing here is the price of Bitcoin. Price of Bitcoin is important because if Bitcoin begins to move all the way to the upside, obviously liquidity is going to flow back into the market, which will bring stability, optimism, and there will be more confidence that price is going to move upward, even though we don't see crazy move all the way to the upside. But that confidence that we are not going to see crash overnight will come back into the market. That means there is high confidence of the market moving upward. And that is what I am expecting right now. I am expecting the market to break out on this level of important resistance. Now, you may have something very different from what I am looking at, which is also very okay. But if you consider this price action and you look at the way the market recover from this very dump all the way to the downside, you discover that this very pump with this very significant bullish candle was very aggressive. Why? Because of that very ceasefire announcement. And what I am expecting in the next coming days is for the market to break out on this level of important resistance. And once that breakout come into play, we're going to see an aggressive movement in the price of Bitcoin all the way to the upside, because this very dump was not necessary. It should not have happened in the market, but because of that conflict between Israel and Iran, it did happen. So now, since the conflict have ended, that means market is going to begin to move all the way to the upside normally, as it should be. So this is what I am now paying attention to on these various price actions. So for Bitcoin price action, expect the market to break out here. Once I see that breakout, then I'll be very sure the next all-time high is going to be very significant, above $120,000. This is my personal opinion. And if you come back to the 4-hour chart BTCUSDT, it is called that the market is doing something very different, and this very level should not be neglected. This very area right here is very, very important. So this very point is where I am expecting the market to have correction. You know, this very point is where we have this very area of important support, resistance. So market moving into this very area and come back down is very, very necessary. Why? Because market has been moving all the way from here to the upside. So we need the market to correct a little bit. So there should be correction from this very area to the downside, so that we can look for a buy opportunity from this very area, market moving forward. So this is what I am expecting right now. And of course, if you look at this very price action critically, you discover that there are rejection coming into the market from this very area, from this very bullish candle forming right now. And if you go back to the 2 hours chart or the 1 hour chart, you discover that this rejection is turning into a bearish candle. If you go back to the 30-minute and 15-minute chart, you discover that there is a bear candle formation already on price action, which means market have possibility of from here retracing back down before the next movement all the way to the upside. And this is what you must have to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market. So this is what I am now expecting on these various price action. And if you come to the ETH USDT 1-day chart, I'm expecting the market to move all the way to the upside. And this level of important resistance right here is very, very key for us to break, for us to see new high in the market before a new high higher than this very high right here on price action. So this is what you have to pay attention to. What that also implies is that even though you see the market come back down a little bit, don't be scared. Market is going to definitely move upward because there is optimism back in the market, positivity is back in the market, and stability is now in the market, which means market coming back down will not be that crazy drop all the way downward. It can be a little retracement, which I believe should happen on the 4-hour chart, which I'm going to show you very, very soon. Market is going to move all the way to the upside. A breakout here will give me that assurance that market is not going to come back down into this very area again of $2,100. And I made mention of the fact that market is not going to come back into this $2,100 level yesterday if Iran and Israel come to that very ceasefire agreement. Now, one thing we have to know is that ceasefire agreement is not a peace deal. These are two different issues. President Trump still wants Iran to come to the negotiating table to agree to a term that is a peace deal so that sanction and other things will be lifted from Iran so that they can have a growing economy. Now, while we're waiting for this, the most important thing is the ceasefire. And that is why we see this very movement all the way upwards. So for the fact that that ceasefire is still in progress, is still playing out, the both parties are keeping the ceasefire, that means I am not expecting the price of Ethereum to go below this very area of $2,100. Anything can happen in the market, but right now, I am expecting the market moving all the way to the upside on the price of Ethereum 1-day chart. And if you come back down a little bit to the ETH 4-hour chart right here, it is covered that the market right now is looking very, very bullish. Okay, very bullish. And from this very point, I am expecting market to retrace all the way to the downside. We know that market has been coming all the way downward. We see retracement downward. We see retracement. So there is no structural break yet on this very price action on the 4-hour chart. Key structure have not been broken. We can only see structural break when the market go above this very point of important resistance. So what I am expecting right now is for the market to correct a little bit before the next push all the way to the upside. And that is why from where the market is right now into this very area of $2,400, market should retrace a little bit to the downside. And then we're going to see the market begin to move all the way to the upside. So that retracement is very important for me so that market will have greater momentum of moving upward, because the market also have capacity of moving a little bit into this area before that very correction. But if we see that correction within this very area where the market is right now, all the way to the downside before the next move, it will be very, very great. This is what I am now paying attention on price action. ETH/USDT 4-hour chart, which is very, very important. Now, one thing very crazy here is the fact that Pi just shoot all the way to the upside today, as I made mention of the fact that that is going to happen yesterday in my immediate price action video. You can check it out for yourself on this very channel. Look at it right here. Pi shoot all the way into this very point of important resistance. Exact same point I was expecting market to move into is where the market enter right here. So I am expecting this very move to continue, especially if we see this very price action right here close above this very price level of 0.66. That is 66 cents at this very area. If this candle can close above this very area of 66 cents, the market is going to move all the way to the upside. Not only that, even though this very candle does not close above this very price level of 0.66, that is 66 cents, it means that we can also see another bullish candle that close above this very price level of 0.66. Once we see a bullish candle that close above this very price level, then I'm very confident that the markets have more momentum of moving all the way to the upside. And that very level that I am expecting market to move into is this very price level right here. This is what I am expecting if we see that very breakout. So we should expect market to move into this very area of 0.80 and 0.85 dollars, that is 85 cents. So this is what I am personally looking at right now on my price action. And if you are looking at something different from what I am looking at, comment below in the comment section of this video right now. What do you think about the price of Pi? Do you think this very point where we are right now, this very candle have a lot of momentum to gather a lot of liquidity back into the Pi token, and the market is going to move all the way into this very area? Or you think this is just a charade from the market? The market is going to come back down. Comment below in the comment section of this very video. Let me see your thoughts. This is what I am personally looking at right now. Market moving all the way upward, especially if we see a bullish candle that close above this very price level of 0.66. This is my personal opinion on this very price action. And if you come to coin market cap, there is an increase in the global crypto market capitalization. Look at it right here. $3.31 trillion. What we saw yesterday was $3.26 trillion, which means there is positivity back in the market. There is optimism back in the market. Not only that, if you look at the fear and greed index that was at 45 yesterday, is back to 48, still at the neutral level right here. But if we continue to see stability in the market, this is going to shift a little bit into the greed zone, which is a good thing for the market. Look at the trending coin right here. Pi is taking the top position, 21.85% all the way to the upside in the past 24 hours, which is a good thing, and other coins right here. So for me, Bitcoin is going to move all the way to the upside. Of course, we need retracement on the 4-hour chart before that movement is going to move upward. Ethereum on the 1-day chart have greater capacity, moving all the way to the upside. On the 4-hour chart, expect market to come back down before the next move upward. And Pi is going to move all the way upward if we break out on this very level of 0.66 on the price of Ethereum. So this is what you must have to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for other crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, the link in the description of this very video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.